Welcome to Piano Lesson 16, where we're going to encounter our first accidental, the sharp. Let's get ready to learn and play together. Firstly, check in with your posture. Make sure your back is straight and your neck is long. Your feet are flat on the floor. Your shoulders are relaxed. Your forearms are angled down towards the keys or level with the keys. You've got dome-shaped hands, curved fingers, and lovely relaxed wrists. You're also feeling positive and ready to focus on learning these new skills. Let's warm up. We'll do our C major warm up with our hands together and we'll just go parallel motion up and down one octave. I'll do one first, then we'll do three together. Here I go. Let's do three of those together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's do three of the contrary motion, starting in the middle and going out and coming back in. I'll do one and then we'll do three together. Here I go. Let's do three together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. And now we'll do our C major arpeggios, where we're just playing the main notes of the C major chord or the C major triad. C, E, G, up to the C, and C, E, G, up to the C, and then back down again, using your little finger and your thumb, your fourth finger and your second finger and your third finger, and then up to the top with your thumb and your pinky. I'll do one first, and then we'll do three together. Here I go. Let's do three together. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1, 2, and 3. And we're warmed up. Have a pause and have a play if any of your scales need a little bit more practice. Let's look at today's expressive exercise. Here's our second piece for today. It's called Rain. A nice rainy day with lots of rain that unfortunately refuses to stop. How sad. Here's my little demo of Rain. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's have a look at what's going on with the sheet music. We've got our two staves again, both in the treble clef. It looks like we're counting 2 beats in a bar. We've got our right hand playing the first half of the tune and our left hand finishing off the second part of the tune. You can see that we've got dots at the end of the first half of the piece, meaning that we need to repeat that part from the beginning. And in the second half, we've got dots just after the double bar line in the middle of the piece and just before the double bar line at the end of the piece, meaning that we have to repeat just that last section. The dots at the end of the piece mean that we need to repeat from the previous double dots, not from the beginning. Let's have a look at our notes. We're starting on the right hand on F with our fourth finger, and in the first bar we've got 2 Fs, followed in the next bar by 2 E's, back to F, and then in the fourth bar we've got our thumb on middle C for a count of 2. I'll do that again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. You have a turn. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Me again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. Let's do that together. 1, 2, 1, 2, at what comes next. We're changing over to our left hand and we've got our second finger on that same note F and our third finger on the E, back to the F for a count of 2 and then down to C for a count of 2. So the second half of the piece we're pretty much playing what we played with the right hand. I'll do that again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Your turn. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Me again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Great. Have a pause and have a play and work on putting that whole piece together. Remember, repeat the first section with the right hand and then follow that with the left hand that's also repeated. Concentrate on all those things that we've been concentrating on, and I'll see you back here when you've had a pause and a play. Last time we looked at learning some new notes on the piano and I gave you an independent learning challenge. This little piece, The Happy Traveller. Have a pause and have a play and see how you go. Here's my interpretation. How did your interpretation compare with mine? Were your interval notes sounding at the same time? Did you notice a change in the level of sound as you played forte the first time and then piano the second time? Was your melody mostly legato, or did you play a mixture of legato and mezzo staccato? In my interpretation, I chose to play the notes under the legato slur as legato as possible, and the notes with no legato slur detached. Just like this. I thought that approach perhaps brought out the happily character of the piece a little bit more. You could also have played that first line like this. Playing that right hand a little bit more legato to give it a slightly different sound or a different character. Neither of those approaches are right or wrong, they're just different, and your interpretation will be completely different from mine, as it should be. If you're not sure about how you're going with this tune or any others that you've been learning, remember you can always send me your audio or video recordings for free coaching and feedback. Why not post a video of your performance onto our How to Play Piano and Keyboard private Facebook gallery for other members to enjoy. Here's today's tune. And we're going to use this little song, Money Can't Buy Everything, to learn about a new symbol that's in the sheet music, an accidental called the sharp. More about that in a moment. Let's have a look at the music as a whole. We've got the tempo marking march time, so this one's going to be in fairly strict time, just like a march. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got the treble and the bass clefs, a time signature of 4/4, so we're counting 4 beats in a bar. It looks like the melody is in the right hand and the accompaniment is in the left hand, so we'll have to bring out those melody notes a little bit more forcefully than the left hand notes. We've got the dynamic marking F, which means loud at the beginning of our music, and the dynamic P halfway through the music, which tends to suggest that the first time we're playing it quite deeply and the second time is a little bit more like an echo. And if you have a look at the end of the piece, we've got a big, loud finish. You'll notice in the first bar of music, we've got a couple of D notes followed by a C note that's got a new symbol in the front of it. That symbol is called a sharp. Whenever you see a sharp sign, you need to raise the note by a semitone. Well, what does that mean? Here is our C, and that's what we would normally play when we see a C note in the third space of the treble stave. But with a sharp, we need to play the note that's immediately above that C note. So we're raising it by a semitone, and a semitone is this distance from one note to the note immediately above or below it. So to raise this note by a semitone, I'd play that one. To lower the note by a semitone, I'd play that one. Whenever we see a sharp sign, we raise it by a semitone or play the note that's immediately above our note. If you have a look in the third bar, you can see we've got an A sharp. So an A note with a sharp in the front. There's our A, and there's the note immediately above it. That sharp sign is also referred to as an accidental. It's only one type of accidental, there are others, but that's the only one we're going to concentrate on today. Accidentals are sharps, or flats or naturals. There's some other ones that we'll meet at a later date, that appear in the music that aren't in the key signature. Remember, this little tune has no key signature. There are no sharps or flats at the beginning of the music. This little piece, like all our others, is written in C major, even though perhaps it's more correctly G major, but that's another story. Let's say that it's in C major, has no sharps and flats at the front of the stave. So accidentals are those sharps that are within the music that aren't in the key signature. The interesting thing about accidentals is that they only last for the bar in which they're written. Once we cross over the bar line, they don't apply anymore, and if we need to have another note sharpened, we have to write the sharp in again. That's enough about sharps. Here's my demo of Money Can't Buy Everything. And I'm done. Let's have a look at the first line of music. You can see that we've got the treble playing the melody and the bass playing an accompaniment, and we're reviewing all of our new notes. In the right hand, we're starting off on D with our little finger and playing 2 of those on beats 1 and 2. That's followed by our C sharp, so not C but the note directly above, back to the D, and then 3 Bs. With our third finger, holding that last one down for 2 beats because it's a minim. In the third bar, we've got 2 more Bs, and then our A sharp with our second finger, back to the B, and then in the last bar, 3 Gs with your thumb. I'll play that first line. You have a turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do one together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Let's have a look at the left hand. Nothing in the first bar, and then in our second bar we've got our new notes again, G and D with little finger and thumb, and we're playing 3 of those in that second bar on beat 1, beat 2 and beat 3 and 4. Nothing in the third bar, and then we're changing our interval in that last bar to a B and a D, and again on beat 1, beat 2 and beat 3 and 4. You'll see I'm taking advantage of putting in some nice swirly wrist movement to soften the sound. I'll play the left hand again. Nothing in bar 1, then 1, 2, 3, 4. Rest, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have a turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Have a pause and have a play of your left and your right hand separately. Let's put our hands together in that first line. You'll notice under the first D that we've got the symbol F, which means forte. So this needs to be quite deep, and it's much more efficient to start putting your dynamics in, putting your expression in from the very moment that you start practicing a little tune. So I'm going to make those nice and deep right from the get-go. I'll put it together nice and slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. You have a turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Have a pause and have a play if you need to practice that first line with your hands together. Let's have a look at the second line. We've just got our right hand starting off again with no left hand accompaniment. We're starting off with G with our thumb on beat 1, followed by B, then A and G on the fourth beat. In the second bar we've got 3 A's, playing that with my second finger, holding that last one down for 2 beats because it's a minim. In the third bar we've got an A, followed by a C, B, and then A with your second finger, and in the last bar we're up to the D with little finger, B with third finger, and down to the G with your thumb. I'll play that whole line. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You have a turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Let's do that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Let's have a look at the left hand. Nothing in the first bar, and in that second bar we've got another interval, middle C and D. We're playing that 3 times on beat 1, 2, 3, 4. Nothing in bar 3, and then back to our B and D interval 3 times, just like we did in line 1. I'll play the whole line. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Let's do that together. Nothing in bar 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Have a pause and have a play of line 2 with your left and right hand separately. Let's put that together very slowly. Right hand starts off. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good, you have a turn. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Have a pause and have a play of your 2 hands together in that second line, and then have a go at playing line 1 and line 2. Here's the third line, exactly the same as line 1. The only difference is underneath our first note we have a P, which indicates we need to play a soft. The only difference is underneath that first note, that D note, we have a P, which is short for the Italian symbol piano, which is the Italian symbol for the word piano, and that means soft. So we have to pull back a little bit on the amount of arm weight that we're applying to our notes so that the sound that the piano makes is a bit softer than it was at the beginning. Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Have a pause and have a play of line 1, line 2 and line 3. Here's the last line, very similar to line 1, except we're still playing softly. We've got the same melody right up until the last bar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And here's where it's different. We've got a G, followed by B, finishing on the G with our thumb. Our left hand is exactly the same. I'll put that together nice and slowly. And you can probably hear that I got louder at the end because we've got that F, which is the symbol for the Italian word forte, which means loud. So the first half of that bar is soft and we're finishing off quite loudly at the end. Let's do that together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Excellent. Have a pause and have a play of line 4 and then have a go at the whole piece. Now's a good time to pause and play and review some of the music from previous lessons to keep them fresh. It's always handy to have something that you can pull out if someone asks you to play for them. That's it for this lesson. Make sure that you feel completely comfortable with the skills that we've looked at today before moving on. Next lesson, we will be finally saying goodbye to the key of C major and having a look at the new key of G major.